If you're an Etsy shop owner, you know how stressful the tax season can be. Trying to piece together your sales, expenses and these tricky Etsy fees could be endless work for you. That's why I have put together this excellent Etsy workbook where once you drop all your data in, it does it for you. A simple all-in-one Excel workbook that helps you put everything together for your tax return. Last year when I was doing my tax return, I shared how I was collating my Etsy shop data for a UK tax return, and lots of you asked me to share the work document with you. So here it is, link in the description. You can download editable worksheet for you. So the work document itself is, I've set it up for 2 shops, but you can use it for only 1 as well, just eliminate the second shop tabs. Although you could do workaround as well. If you've got more than 2 shops, you can just enter the same data in one workbook and it works well. This workbook is designed especially for Etsy sellers. So on the document I have allowed 2 separate shops that you can track and monitor and get a better understanding about your finances, with separate tabs for the sales and the deposits, as well as any sales or expenses you are incurring outside Excel. So any small business owner could use this document to track their business expenses and income. Plus, I've added 2 extra bonus sections that makes this workbook even more powerful, but I'll come to these at the end of the video. So let's open the document. I have kept the month-by-month sales and expenses tracker sheet, but I have not updated that this time around. So if you're an avid Excel user, you can make use of it for yourself, but I have not made it usable at the moment. There is data that you need to add to each tab in order for it to pull through the information. The second sheet is your summary sheet. If you look here, I've listed all the Etsy sales section, Etsy expenses, deposits, which are all coming from the other tabs. And then below there is all the other expenses and income that is coming from other sources, as well as tax allowable expenses that I come later on as well. I've added these little descriptions here that hopefully, if you're a confident Excel user, it explains what each row does and where the information is taken. I would say this document is perhaps not usable for the Excel user who's not confident using Excel, but it might be. So let me know how useful you found the document. If you want to see how I'm filling in the document, check out the video up above, hopefully, or in the description, and you can see how and work together how I'm filling this document in. As you can see, I've got some random numbers coming through in this summary tab. I've just kept these numbers in so you can see where the numbers are coming from. Before you start using this document, please go through each tab and delete these numbers. Do not delete the formulas on this summary tab. Just go on each of the tabs and delete the numbers on each of the tabs. You find them quite easily. So before you start entering any data, you want this summary tab to be completely empty so that only your data will be captured in your return. But let's go into each section now. Etsy sales tab. So there is 2 tabs. As I said, this workbook is set up to have 2 separate shops that you can monitor, but you can only just enter one of the tabs and leave the other one empty. So how to get Etsy data, again, please refer back to my other video where I'm showing how you get the sales information and deposits information. Sales and deposits are the only information you need for this worksheet, and the document does all the other calculations for you automatically. So let's go into sales tab now. So here you will be pasting your Etsy CSV file information. It's laid out exactly as Etsy provides it at this point of time in 2025. I think they haven't changed this layout for many years, or even since I've been using Etsy, over 10-15 years. So I'm confident that the layout is still the same. And you just drop the information in, and then the summary sheet, you can see how the numbers are flowing through to the Etsy sales line. Etsy deposit tab, here is where you're recording your money that Etsy sends to your bank account, what lands in your bank account. And the logic obviously here is sales minus deposits leaves us the expenses. So that's how I've set my document up. So you don't have to crack your head. How much is processing fee? How much is any other fees that Etsy takes? So everything is calculated. And if you're using postage as well, this will obviously be included in this expenses and field as well. If you sell outside Etsy, perhaps on the markets or on your own website, so there is tab where you can manually enter your information on your sales. You can utilize it as much as you want. I've got quite number of columns available that you can choose and enter the relevant information in here. Again, please be mindful, look that you're not overwriting any formulas, because then obviously the document would not work for you. Next is the general expenses tab. If you've looked at my other video, I've shown you how I'm using my business specific bank statement, where I'm picking up all the expenses that I've incurred throughout the year and recording it in this tab. There is also option of splitting the expense based on if it's related to your one business or another business or combined business, and the summary tab actually presents it the same way. You can see the numbers specific for one business or specific for the second business, or combined expenses that you can't split. Like mine is like postage. I buy lump sum postage from Royal Mail, and then it could be either one or other, or even my website sales that uses that postage app. So I've recorded it as combined expenses. I think having oversight of your expenses is really important for small business owners. That reduces your tax bill, but at the same time, it's what you have spent in order to run your business. So it's really insightful information to have, not only on a tax season, but all through the year. If you run your Etsy shop from home, you will love this bonus tab here, which is tax allowable expenses. I've listed as many tax allowable expenses here as possible. I've allowed the worksheet to be so that you can include your own expenses if I have missed some, but I think I have captured most UK relevant headings. I've included a brief little instructions how to use this tab, but there will be a separate video available for you to learn more about this section, so look out for that. And the second little bonus, as promised, I have included a tab where the information from the sales tab brings you the total of countries where you've sold and creates this lovely little graph. I have not entered many information here, but as you can see, that as your information comes through, it picks up and updates this table and graph, and you can make decisions how to plan your future promotions to gain more customers. And let's just summarize. Once you've added all this information, Etsy sales, Etsy deposits, other sales and expenses, and allowable tax expenses, the workbook automatically tallies up all your sales and expenses and provides you the information that you need for your tax return, making it easy to see your income, your expenses, your tax allowable expenses, and what numbers you need to record for your tax return. This information is perfect for you to hand to your accountant or for you to make your tax return independently. If you want to get your Etsy finances organized and make your tax return as a breeze, so download the document in the description below. It's easy to use and completely editable, and it's my gift from Etsy seller to Etsy seller, so you can simplify your finances. And don't forget, staying organized is not just for the tax season. This workbook helps you to stay organized and see your small business results on the go any time of the year, and enables you to make more data-driven business decisions. And don't forget to let me know what you think of this workbook. Ask any questions and I'll try and help you out.